So guys, I am back with yet another Borderlands 4 video, and today guys, this week, Moxxis' big Encore boss is none other than Origo. Today guys, I'm going to showcase to you a few tips and tricks, a nice little exploit you can indeed abuse to farm this boss faster than ever. Today we get into it all. How's it going guys? My name's DPJ, and if you do enjoy the video, leaving a like really helps out, and if you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Okay, so if you are playing in a co-op team, so if you're playing with one other person at least, you can literally exploit this boss to make him farm, to farm him super quickly. And how this works is quite simply. So basically come to Origo, who is this week's, again, Moxxis' big Encore boss. Have one person stand by Moxxis' machine to reset the boss and use that Eridium or whatever you want to use to reset the boss. And the other person goes into the arena, as you're seeing on screen now. Now there's a certain point in this arena you can stand, which will allow the person by Moxxis' big Encore machine to reset the boss. Therefore then the player in the arena can keep killing the boss super quickly to make this farm super efficiently, and you're seeing that happen on screen now. Now the way I do this is I always drop a piece of loot on that sweet point of where I can go to and stand, where my friend outside can then reset the boss. Because this boss, his first move, he dive bombs the arena, and a lot of the time this will sling you up into the air. That's why marking this actual exact spot, as you're seeing on screen now, where this spot is, with a certain piece of loot, will make it much easier for you to go back to if you get knocked off of the spot, to basically allow your friend outside to indeed reset the boss. Now, what I will also say is, guys, obviously to take this boss out, it will require a super powerful build, no doubt about that, but there are a few exploits you can indeed use, which I'll showcase to you guys in a quick second. Another thing I will mention is the crit knife is now back. If you do not know, the way the crit knife works is if you basically hit a boss with a crit knife, you have a 30% chance for that for 5 seconds to do crit damage. Well, the way it works now guys is if you have 3 charges on it, you throw 3 of these things, you have 90% chance to do crit damage. If you have an extra charge, you have basically a 100% plus to do crit damage, meaning the crit knife is now back in action. So if you use, I don't know, a shotgun with a spread launcher, amp grenade, amp rep kit, you can take this boss out in an absolute instant, as you're seeing on screen now, me demonstrating that this still indeed works with this boss. So you could use this as a method to indeed take this boss out in an absolute instant. Or guys, you can indeed use the Vladof enhancement and flamethrower exploit that does still work. You can use this to stack projectiles on any Vladof weapon to basically kill everything in the game in mere seconds. This will work on the Midnight Defiance, Lucian's Cool, the Wombo combo, which is a monster level weapon, any Vladof SMG like the Burt's Bees, etc. This still indeed works, and I'll explain in a second as well how this again is done. Timestamps are in the video description for everything today guys. Another thing I will mention, if you have not got a player to play with, you can always join my Discord, linked in the video description. You'll always find someone to play with there if you want to farm this in a co-op. But if you're doing this solo, you can use a nifty little trick to actually reset this boss much quicker than going through the teleporter, running past those red chests, going through another teleporter. And it's as simple as changing the ultimate Vault Hunter mode. So after you take out the boss guys, you simply change your ultimate Vault Hunter mode, change it down to 4, press OK, apply those settings, you'll teleport straight to where this boss is. Again, just reset the boss using Moxxis' big Encore machine, run in, take him out, change it back to ultimate Vault Hunter 5. Basically you reset right outside of the boss, and do that over and over. That's if you're playing solo. But if you're playing in a co-op team, you may as well take advantage of this week, because this dude does indeed drop some amazing loot, which we'll come to again in a quick second. Another thing I will add as well guys, if you plan on doing this solo and you're going to use the ultimate Vault Hunter mode of switching to actually reset the boss, make sure you check your loot before you do this, because obviously if you switch mode, your loot will disappear. So check that loot before you change to that mode. So how do you stack those Vladof projectiles, which we'll do that now. So let's quickly fast travel to the test dummies where my bank is, and I'll explain right there. Okay, so how this works is how you stack those Vladof weapon projectiles. It's quite simple. So go into your inventory and basically unequip all weapons. Simple as this. Then guys, what you want to do is you want to find yourself and equip yourself a Vladof SMG with a flamethrower alt mode on it and equip that. Then guys, the weapon you want to stack those projectiles on, you equip that too. So I'm just going to use the wombo combo, but it has to be a Vladof weapon. So you can use the wombo combo, you can use the Midnight Defiance, you can use the Lucian's Call. There's many weapons you can indeed use. I'm just going to do this with a wombo combo. So therefore we have them two equipped and two empty slots. Then guys, you want to put on a Vladof enhancement which has the bullet holes on it. It does not have to be legendary, it can be anything as long as it has that bullet holes on it. Then guys, it's quite simple. Switch to your SMG. Make sure it's in that flamethrower mode, then simply hold down the trigger so it fires and don't let go of that trigger. Then switch weapons to the other weapon, make sure it fires once, switch back to the flamethrower, make sure it shoots, switch back to the main weapon, make sure it shoots, and just keep doing this guys. And what you're doing here is you're stacking the main weapons projectiles. Therefore then, if you do this for a couple of minutes people, you are going to get basically 100 projectiles shooting out with every single shot. So we've done this now for what, let's say 20 seconds. 20 seconds, we'll go a little bit longer and you'll see that it gets wild. And again, this works on any Vladof weapon, including the Burt's Bees. You can do it with the SMG itself. If you just got the SMG, another Vladof weapon, if you just got an SMG with a flamethrower alt firing mode on it, you can use that to stack projectiles on itself, and I'll show you that in a quick second too. So look at this guys. How long been doing that? For about 35 seconds. Look at that. Look at the rockets that are coming out with a wombo combo. It gets wild people, as you can see. It gets wild, but this still indeed works. So yeah, to do it with just the SMG, it's quite simple. All you got to do guys is hold down that, well, put it in the flamethrower mode, hold down the trigger, and then just switch between normal fire mode and flamethrower mode, just making sure it shoots in both modes before you switch back. And this guys, you can do this, you do this for about 5 minutes. And the damage will be devastating. And this again you can use and abuse if you do want to farm Origo, this week's Moxxis big Encore boss, to farm the amazing loot that it does indeed have this week. And he has some great loot, which we'll go through them in a quick second. So yeah, as you can see guys, that's not even a clip's time worth of doing that. And you can see the projectiles I'm shooting at here per shot. I mean, look at that. If we do go back a bit, the projectiles we're shooting at per single shot. And again, if you can keep stacking this for as long as you go, and all you need guys is flamethrower and the Vladof SMG and the bullet holes Vladof enhancement, and that is it people. Now in regards to the Origo boss farm exploit I was showcasing you earlier, I have tested this again. I did it with my friend. I also loaded up a split screen co-op account on my account. You're seeing on screen now that it does indeed work. My co-op account is standing by the machine, even though he's got no money on him to reset it. You can see that you can actually reset it if you have the Eridium or the cash, if you stand on this particular spot I showcased earlier. Okay, so what about the loot? What loot does Origo drop? Well, he has the bottled lightning, he has the Chaosium, which is a great SMG. He also has the amazing What's for Dinner shield, which is what I have right here guys. I use it on my other build. You want this raw really. If you get amp when any shields are full, shot strain at 35% of those shields for 150% extra damage. Great shield that is. We also have 4 class mods. We have the Shatter Weight or Shatter White for Aemon, the Kindred Spooks for Vex, Buster for Rafa, and the Atomic Driver for Harlow. So yeah people, a great farm you have a week to indeed abuse. Take advantage of it while you can. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, leaving a like really helps out. If you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe, and hopefully guys, I will see you on that next one.